Almost 16 million people picked up the guitar during the pandemic, according to a study by Fender and YouGov. To capitalize on the new guitar gods, Fender is releasing its first marketing campaign for its brand, Jackson. I spoke to Fender CEO Andy Mooney about why it was the right time to bring the legendary metal guitars to the masses and why alternative music is making a comeback. Take a look.
Well, there are two really kind of strong consumer-driven trends in the marketplace right now. One is kind of retro trend for brands and for products, and in some ways the introduction of US-made Jackson is deja vu all over again. That's really California-made Jacksons was where the brand started. And the other is we were seeing very strong demand for premium price custom shop Jackson products, and artists who originally started with Jackson coming to us and asking to do signature models. So we saw a lot of demand potential out there for a whole grouping of US-made Jacksons for the future.
So we've heard for years that the electric guitar is dead, but why is it not dead in your opinion?
Well, it not only was that headline factually mistaken, even prior to COVID, the guitar segment was actually growing at a healthy high single-digit, low double-digit rate. During COVID, it absolutely mushroomed. And now we're starting to see a little bit normalization of demand, particularly at the low end, but at a significantly higher plateau than when we entered COVID. So the category is alive and kicking and in very good shape.
Now, Jackson is a brand that's mostly known by metal guitarists, and right now we're seeing a comeback of alternative rock, punk, and emo music, which I'm super excited for. So why do you think this style of music is becoming popular again?
Well, again, even before COVID, when it comes to live music, heavy metal music was the fastest growing segment of live music. With now the kind of re-emergence of live music, we're seeing, again, a pickup in demand as consumer driven for guitars that really appeal to that type of player. And it's the home of the largest percentage of virtuoso guitarists. Guitar is used in a much wider way than it ever has been, but there's a higher percentage of virtuoso guitarists in metal than in any other genre.
And I know we talked a lot about how Jackson is perfect for metal, but how can you help Jackson expand past its metal roots and kind of appeal to other kinds of musicians who might want to pick up electric guitar?
Well, the guitar that's on the wall behind me, the Pearl White Soloist, which is the platform we just launched, the way that it's configured, which is called HSS setup, so two single coil pickups, one humbucker pickup. You can shred with highly distorted guitar, to your heart's content, but you can also get, very chimey melodic tones by use of the tone controls in the 5-way selector switch. So it actually functions for a very broad range of genres.
Now, you decided to bring Jackson production from overseas back to the US. So why make these guitars American-made?
Well, two reasons. I mean, one is we're still actually growing our kind of overseas business, but we also simultaneously saw this tremendous pickup in demand for very premium price custom-made guitars, which are only affordable by a small percentage of the community. So we saw a kind of market opportunity for very high quality US-made production that were in a price zone somewhere between our offshore production models and our custom shop models. So we know based on the results from the early launch of the product that there's going to be really strong demand for these. It's in a price zone that we've never really operated in for years.
Now, during the pandemic, you mentioned this, we saw a huge increase in the number of people who learned how to play guitar. So how is Jackson parent company Fender keeping those players playing?
Well, one way we're doing it is to continue to invest in our online learning product, Fender Play, and on that program, that product, you can learn any number of genres, whether it's country music, blues, or heavy metal. We really think providing beginners with the right product and the right motivation through education and encouragement, we really have been focused on, really since about 2016, reducing the abandonment rate of first-time players, which is actually pretty high for guitar players, as high as 90% abandonment rate in the first year historically.
So last question, any tips for anyone who wants to pick up a guitar?
Well, I think you should begin with picking up the right guitar. If you're a very young first-time player, my encouragement would actually be to pick up an island-strung acoustic guitar to really familiarize with yourself with the instrument, and then graduate to short-scale electric guitar, and then ultimately to steel-strung acoustic guitar. That's the route I took when I was a very young player. It's the route that a lot of very significant guitarists like Edge, that's the path that he took. Try to eliminate the pain early on, and then really you kind of connect with the instrument over time, and trying to get good tuition either online or in person.